Hello and welcome to 10-man normal Ultraxion, the 5th boss in the new Dragon Soul raid. As a one-phase encounter, the fight is rather simple, but gets progressively harder as the fight goes on. As the fight starts, everyone should get a button on their screens called Heroic Will. This is absolutely crucial to your survival in this fight, so make sure you can see it. If you're using Omen or Bartender, it may not be shown. However, you can keybind it or make a clickable macro for it. Instructions in the description. During the fight, everyone should be stacked together on his hitbox for easy AoE healing, as there will be huge raid damage during this fight. Now every 45 seconds, Ultraxion will cast Hour of Twilight, which deals 300,000 unresistible shadow damage to everyone in the Twilight Realm. This means that people need to use their heroic will during his cast to prevent instant deaths. However, if nobody is in the Twilight Realm for this, your raid will instantly wipe. So, 9 people will use Heroic Will while one of the tanks pops his cooldowns to survive the blast. Ultraxion will use Fading Light on the current tank and one random other. This debuff's duration is randomly decided between 5 and 10 seconds and will instantly kill its target once the duration runs out, if they're still in the Twilight Realm. So you need to use Heroic Will when the debuff has less than 5 seconds to go in order to avoid the damage. Bear in mind that the use of the Heroic Will cause instant threat loss. Now, even though Hour of Twilight happens once every 45 seconds, one of the tanks should always have cooldowns ready for it due to the buff Thrall gives to the tanks called Last Defenders of Azeroth. This buff halves the cooldowns on your defensive cooldowns and makes them last for twice as long. So tanks can rotate who soaks the Hour of Twilight, and they should have their cooldowns ready every time. About 1.5 minutes into the fight, Alexstrasza will summon one red crystal, which when used will buff the person who uses the crystal with 100% increased healing done. At about 2.5 minutes in, Ysera will summon a green crystal called Essence of Dreams, which will cause every heal to heal the entire raid for the same amount, but split between the raid. Finally, at 3.5 minutes, Kalecgos will summon Source of Magic, a blue crystal, which when used, reduces the mana cost of all spells by 75% and increases spell haste by 100%. After 5 minutes, everyone gains Time Loop, which will save them from death once and restore them to full health, removing the buff. So basically, everyone stacks up for AoE heals. If you get Fading Light on you, use Heroic Will when there are 4 seconds or less on the timer. Everyone except for the designated soaker use Heroic Will when Hour of Twilight is casting. The person who soaks the damage will have to use heavy defensive cooldowns, Icebound Fortitude, Sealed Wall, etc. The healing buff should be decided as follows. Gift of Life is generally best for Resto Druids, Resto Shamans, and Holy Priests. The green buff should be given to healers who heal the most and who did not take the red buff. Finally, the blue buff should be used by any healer who does not have the other buffs, and when picked up they should cast their biggest, longest cast time, highest mana cost heal they can. Bloodlust should be used late in the fight, right after Hour of Twilight cast is finished for maximum benefit. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the best of luck with your kill.